Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have started the topic taxonomic hierarchy. There, we have discussed that the taxonomic hierarchy is the framework in which the taxonomic groups called as taxa are arranged in a definite order from higher to lower categories, and each category or unit they represents a rank, and it was called as taxon. So there we have discussed these seven taxa, starting from kingdom, phylum, division, class, order, family, species, genus, and species. We have also discussed that out of these various taxa, only the species, only this particular taxa is having a real existence in nature, whereas rest of the other genus, family, order, class, phylum, division, and kingdom, they are just the arbitrary groups which we have made for the convenience of study. Till so far, we have also discussed about species, genus, family, and order. Let us take a quick look. In brief, we have discussed that species, they are group of individuals having similar morphological characters and are able to freely interbreed among themselves in nature to produce fertile offsprings of their own kind. Afterwards, we have discussed about genus, which is a group of related species which have more characters in common as compared to the individuals of species of other groups. Afterwards, we have discussed about the family. There we have discussed it is a group of related genera which are more similar to each other than with the genera of other families. Afterwards, we have also discussed about order, that order is an assemblage of families related to one another in a few characters. Example, we have discussed, for example, Solanaceae and Convolvulaceae belongs to the order Polymineales, just like in the animal kingdom, we have discussed that order Falidae, the family Falidae and Canidae belong to the order Carnivora. Now, today we'll start from this particular taxa, which is class. So, so class consists of organisms of related orders. Example, Carnivora and Primata are the order of class Mammalia. For example, we may observe in nature that we, cat, dogs, lion, tigers, we all are belonging to the class Mammalia. But within the Mammalia group, there are so many orders, and for example, one order is Carnivora, that do the dogs, they belong to this particular order, just like we and other group of monkeys, they belong to the order that is Primata. So that is about class. Afterwards, we have to discuss phylum. The phylum includes all organisms belonging to different classes having a few characters in common. So, for example, phylum Chordata includes classes which are Chondrichthyes, we have discussed in standard 9, which are cartilaginous fishes. Next, we have discussed about Osteichthyes, which are bony fishes, followed by amphibians, reptiles, apes, and mammalia. So, what do we mean by the phylum? That the phylum includes all organisms belonging to the different classes. For example, if we discuss about the phylum Chordata, Chordata includes these different classes which are present within this phylum, and they are having a few characters in common, which do we know that presence of notochord, which is replaced by vertebral column, as well as dorsal hollow nerve cord, which is replaced by a spinal cord. The next taxa, the last one, which is kingdom. So kingdom includes all organisms which share a set of distinct characters. Example, all plants. So if we are discussing about kingdom, means it includes all the organisms which share a setup of distinct characters. For example, all plants do we have discussed in standard 9 in the classification lesson that algae, bryophytes. Algae, it belongs to the group Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. They all are present within the kingdom Plantae. They are included in the kingdom Plantae. So we will take a comparative example having their taxonomic categories. For example, in the first column, the common name has been given, followed by the biological name, followed by its genus, then family, order, class, and phylum or division. So we have discussed phylum in the case of animal kingdom, whereas division is used in the case of plant kingdom. For example, we human beings, our scientific name is Homo sapiens, its genus is Homo, family is Hominidae, order Primata, class we belong to Mammalia group, and phylum do we have discussed just now, which is Chordata. The next example, if we go for the observation, that is housefly, scientific name is Musca domestica, the genus is Musca, and family it belongs to the Mucidae family, order is Diptera, class is Insecta, and the phylum it belongs to Arthropoda. One more example is given, that is mango, scientific name is Magnifera indica, genus is Magnifera, family is Anacardiaceae, and order it is Sapindales, class Dicotyledone, and phylum is Angiosperms. Just like the wheat, scientific name is Triticum aestivum, genus is Triticum, family is Poaceae, order is Poales, and class it belongs to Monocotyledone, and phylum the same, that is Angiospermae. So we'll start the new next topic, that is taxonomic aids. Means these are the collections of actual live specimens or preserved specimens which help in the identification or verification of a species. So these collections, they are called as taxonomic aids. Some such the taxonomic aids are as given in the list. The first one is herbaria, second botanical gardens, third one zoological parks, fourth museums, fifth monographs, sixth floras, seventh manuals, eighth keys. So what is herbaria? A herbarium is defined as a collection of plants which have been dried, pressed and preserved on seeds. So these seeds are arranged in accordance with an accepted system of classification, and they form a repository for future use. So we'll take a quick and brief account of these different taxonomic aids. The second one is botanical gardens. So botanical gardens are the collections of living plants maintained as reference for identification and classification. So they constitutes a natural and economical reference system for taxonomic studies. Whereas the zoological parks, they are the places where wild animals are protected under conditions very similar to their natural habitats. So, do we may observe that in our state also these zoological parks are present, and there we may find wild animals. They are kept there, they are protected and provided the natural habitats. The next one, which is museums, they are the places which have the collections of preserved animals and plants for their taxonomic studies. Just like the next one is monographs. These contains a comprehensive account of the complete compilation of the available information of any one family or genus at a time. So from the name it is clear, mono means one. So monographs, they contains a comprehensive account of the complete compilation of the available information for any one family or genus at a time. The next one is the floras. The floras contains the actual description of the habitat and distribution of plants in a given area. So, the floras, it contains all the actual distribution of the habitat and distribution of the plants within any given area at a specific unit of time. Whereas the next one, which is manuals, that these are the taxonomic aids which contains compiled information about the particular area. Key, description of families, genera and species. The last one, which is the keys. Key is an analytical scheme for identification of plants and animals based on the similarities and differences. So keys, they are the analytical scheme in which do we analyze for their identification purposes of plants and animals based on their similarities and differences. So, till today, we have completed the first lesson, which is the living world. Till so far here, in the next class, we'll start the next lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.